Good day, my friends. Welcome to Gentle Hawk Wellness. I'm Brent, the Gentle Hawk Healer. I'm going to take a few minutes today again to further introduce myself and some of my beliefs and understandings. I believe this will be a little better recording than my last one. I apologize. I was, practicing. Okay, so here I am. Welcome to my next video blog. And I pray you're all having a fine day. So, as I was saying earlier, I'm going to explain some of my beliefs and start setting the groundwork for who I believe we are and the things I believe to be true about our current existence. First of all, my understanding and my training indicates to me that we are beings of light. This device that we exist in is nothing but a very advanced biological computer that has fantastic capacities. This machine, if given all the fuel and proper love and care, can do anything. It will regenerate, it will repair, it will allow us to joyfully and comfortably exist in this reality. This reality is not meant to be painful and disturbing. The diseases, which actually the word is dis-ease, the dis-ease that we experience in this life mostly are from us. Everything we experience, we generate, we cause, or we allow. Now, and I say we allow specifically because it's a free will existence or free will universe. And there are others out there who don't have our best interest in mind and will deceive us or not give the full truth all at one time. My understanding, the general guidelines of the universe is the sides that we may call negative or less than enjoyable. They have to disclose their activities. They have to tell us what they're doing. They don't have to put all in the same paragraph. So if you've got a 15-line paragraph describing a particular event that they're doing or a plan they have or knowledge that they have, that could be spread out through 4 novels. The truth's out there. We have to find it and disseminate it. So again, this is nothing but a biological machine. And if you put, okay, for example, this is a Ferrari. If you have a Ferrari, you don't take care of it, and you put diesel in it, how's that Ferrari going to function? That it's just not going to work very well. Now, you take that same Ferrari, take good care of it, put alcohol fuel in it, that thing's going to run very fast and very efficient. And that's what we can. If we start removing all the toxins, clearing our energy fields, and believe who you are and understand who we are, then anything and everything is possible. We are amazing beings. So back to what I was saying earlier, this is nothing but a biological device. We are beings of light. We exist in this body to interface with this current 3D reality. We emulate light. I have other healers can see it. I personally currently don't see auras. However, I do have scientific devices that does show the photons coming off your body. I am able to do electrophoton scans, which basically shows or captures the photons coming off of our body and is able to translate that into how our bodies are functioning, the levels of our chakras, and a number of things that aid us in our health practice and our spiritual practice. So further on about some of the things that I find to be true, I believe that we are all part of Prime. You may use the word God, Allah, whatever you wish to call that large entity of love. I'll use the phrase Prime Creator for these purposes. We're all connected to Prime. We're all of Prime. We may not be Prime, but we're still of Prime. And as the fact that we are of Prime, we have the same abilities, responsibilities, and capacities of Prime, or Prime Creator, which makes us creators, or also co-creators. Each one of us is a co-creator in this existence. When you put people together who understand their energy, even mildly, meditate together, the power we can generate is phenomenal. The only thing holding us back are our limiting beliefs. Once we remove limiting beliefs and raise vibrations to the right levels, any and everything is possible. There is infinite energy and infinite possibilities in this existence. We literally can manifest and create anything that we want or choose to generate. The biggest thing, and I won't say the only thing because I don't have facts, if you will, my teachings, my understanding is the prime reason why we don't create or we don't manifest is one, the dimensions were too dense. Now they're moving into the fourth and fifth dimensions, and the veil's thinning. It's becoming much easier to manifest. Also, to manifest, you have to really believe. If you don't have belief in what you can do and believe who you are, your limiting beliefs will stop any and everything from moving forward. Once you remove limiting beliefs, you raise your vibrations and you act out of love, any activity from love is the right activity and is the right thing. So along with that, as I was saying earlier about the rights and responsibilities and abilities of a creator, is along with being creator, we can also be a destroyer. If we could see the energy we put out when we're angry at somebody or in the middle of a road rage, it would scare you. We have immense power. And if that power wasn't filtered through or slowed down by the third dimension or the density of our current existence, with our current knowledge and training, we'd kill each other frequently. It would be just a mess. We don't have we don't have all the facts or all the training to handle the capacity of what we can do. Therefore, we have to practice. We are spirits having a human existence, not the other way around. We're not humans trying to be spiritual. We are spirits having a human experience. So once you become present and do anything from love and ask for that guidance and protection of your angels, guides, saints, whatever modality, spiritually wise, you want to name them, they don't really care what we call them. All they ask is that we call upon them in love and ask for help. If we don't ask for help, they can't help us. Aside from, I guess, if you're about to step in front of a bus and it's not your time, there's intervention. Other than that, if you don't ask for the assistance, if you don't ask for help, their hands are tied. All they can do is do a big face plant and keep walking behind you and hanging on to you because you haven't asked for help. Personally, I have granted the angels and Prime Creator, Great Spirit, permanent permission to help me. I repeat it frequently. I just put it out there. I accept and choose all the help that they'll offer. Now, having said that, I also have to be aware, present, and cognitive of when it is being helped, when the help is being applied. And you have to be grateful, thankful, joyful, and acknowledge this. The universe will always say yes. If you're thinking about horrible things and that's what you focus on, it says yes. Okay, here's more. That's what you're thinking. That's what you want. Here's more. Now, if you're grateful, thinking loving thoughts, and you're always thankful for the small things, the parking lot spaces, that money you found, or whatever it is that is presented to you, and you acknowledge it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Every time little things happen, they'll say, oh, they're acknowledging me. Wow, and they're going to give you more. They're going to give you lots more. Like I said earlier, there is infinite amount of energy and infinite possibilities. The only thing limiting is our beliefs and our vibrations. Same thing with lotteries, sort of thing. Everyone thinks they want to win the lottery. Look carefully at what happens to most of the lives of the folks who win the lottery. It destroys them. In fact, I think recently several of the big lotteries, big winners were murdered shortly after their winnings, or people fighting over it, or just heinous stuff. Unfortunately, in my opinion, that primarily was caused because they were not of the vibrational level. Same thing with, I wouldn't give a 16-year-old a dragster to drive. They're not vibrationally or they're not the capacity for driving and controlling that sort of machine doesn't exist in their world yet. As their experience or vibration rises, then they can do that. So why would you expect a child to have that capacity? And we're children in this game, in this existence, due to our allowing others to manipulate us, allowing others to not be as loving and have manipulated our existence. We allowed this for ourselves. We allowed it. I don't know about for ourselves. We allowed it, and here we are. So when you step beyond that and address it and take responsibility and act appropriately, anything done in love will occur. It's hard to explain, and I'll cover it more as I go through different things. Again, the universe says yes to everything. And I'm going to sidetrack a little bit from my notes because I'm listening to Spirit. When people use the phrase God or Allah or other terms, frequently it brings about a dogma thought or images of some guy in a white beard in the sky with lightning bolts who's condemning you, or whatever your religious dogma has put into your head. That's frequently what those words bring about. That's primarily why I like Great Spirit or Prime Creator, because it sort of separates that language barrier where some may not have the full understanding of the love. So, pardon my digression. Whatever you want to call that energy or spirit, it is nothing less than pure love. So if you have to ask yourself, would pure love do this? Would pure love do that? Not what's the book say? What does my pastor say, or rabbi, or whatever? That's a human being who has studied a book and has human opinions. And because we are human, there are human features or filters involved in that. When you read different passages in different places, honestly, ask yourself, would love do that? Would a being of pure, absolute, amazing, white love be worried about all the small things you think they're worried about? Would love dictate a military operation to take a city out? I'm sorry, I don't think that's correct. Love would not direct an army. Love would not give battle plans to a group. Love wouldn't judge. There is no judgment in love. So whenever you ponder something and you wonder if it's the right thing or bad or whatever, listen to your instincts, listen to your gut, listen to your spirit, and ask yourself, would love do this? Is this a loving action? Is this coming from pure love, or do I have an agenda? Do I have a filter? Do I have a fear? Fear is, next to being limiting beliefs, fear is probably one of the worst barriers we have. And for the record, as many others that I've worked with and listened to have iterated to me, and I fully concur. Fear, false expectations appearing real. How often have you feared something and it's never happened? If you think back objectively without being fearful, I'll bet you'll find that 99.9% of everything you feared never happened. That fear condenses your DNA, that fear causes you to clamp, and when you clamp in fear, you can't absorb and expand. There's no expansion in fear. When we remove fear, remove limiting beliefs, and act out of love, everything and anything is possible. It's that simple. Continuing on my love theme, I would like to add a little bit of tidbit at the last of this podcast or video cast. Something that came across my radar actually a little while ago. I normally would not advertise, if you will, for another commercial operation. However, it was very spiritually connected or timed, if you will. I have just recently watched the latest episode of Cosmic Disclosure with Corey Good and David Wilcock on Guy MTV. This one is the episode entitled Sunflare, and I would recommend everybody to look at that video. I'd actually recommend looking all of David Wilcock's productions. I find him to be very accurate, knowledgeable, and well researched. It's amazing how things can tie in. So as I was saying earlier about talking about love and who we are and spirit and stuff, this very episode covered several things that I have spoke about in the past to my fellow friends and things. What they were covering is the up and coming possibilities of what our ascension may be like, how it's going to happen, basically around this pending solar flare event. Inside that conversation, two things were brought about that I'd really encourage you to look at this and take out of it. One is the fact that I have spoken to many people about, and unfortunately, a lot of them don't remember or haven't really acknowledged my comments, is the fact that when I was a child, the sun was quite yellow and bright, and well, it was warm and comforting and stuff. It wasn't, intense, and it wasn't overbearing, if you will. It was just nice, warm, and fuzzy, and all calm. However, I have noticed over the last several years that the sun now is quite white. Along with being quite white, it seems to be rather intense and driving, if you will, compared to what it was decades ago. Also inside that is the discussion of some information and channelings that were brought in during the 50s, I believe, which, again, all allude to our wanting to exist in love, staying with love, being more than we are now, being more than we've been told we are, being that creator being with great immense power that we are. This sort of thing is covered in this episode, among others. So if you wish to be enlightened or learn a few things, I would recommend doing some research and watching some of these programs. And again, particularly this one on the solar flare, which has just recently been released from Gaia TV. Again, really recommend checking it out. I think you'll find it to be highly educational, and I find them quite enlightening as far as educational. I mean, not lightning. Well, it is enlightening spiritually. It allows us to see or learn some things that are not taught on mainstream culture or TV. Well, before I digress on to many other subjects that I'd like to cover, I see I'm running out of time, and I will wrap it up here in a minute, and then we'll continue on with the further conversation on further episodes. On closing, I'd just like to remind us that what we see around us is not the universe per se. I mean, it's not all that exists. It is just a matrix or a hologram that we exist in to experience interface, because we are beings of light and eternal beings. Having said that, if we treat each other in love and seek knowledge, then we will find that we have help in what we do, and we are powerful beings. I recommend you check out the Gaia website, as well as please stop by my website, gentlehawkwellness.com. Say it again, gentlehawkwellness.com. Please check my blogs. Please check my notes and my events. I look forward to your comments and interactions. We're all here to learn. I am here to serve my fellow humans and my spirit, not servitude, however, in service, always in love, and to help each other. So with that note, may you have a blessed day. Contact me if you have any questions. Please let me know what your thoughts are, and have a very, very blessed day, my friend. Namaste.